Hey everybody, Mr. Odom here, and today we are going to start Chapter 6, and the first lesson is Section 6.1, Percents and Decimals. Make sure you have your pencil, composition book, or notebook paper, and a calculator. And the learning target for this video is I can write a percent as a decimal and a decimal as percent. So basically, we're just going to be going back and forth. So in sixth grade, you learned how to do this, to write percents as decimals. Um, you basically took the percent, you removed the percent symbol, and you divided by 100. Okay. Now we're adding something to that. And this is what I'm going to focus on. I want you to focus on this part, or just move the decimal place 2 places to the left. All right. Or another way of thinking about it is move away from the percent sign 2 places. Okay. So you're going to move away from the percent sign 2 places, and 2 places to the left. So let's see how this works in action. So here's some examples. So for number 1, I have 24%. So it says remove the percent symbol and then move the decimal 2 places to the left. Well, where would the decimal have been in 24%? It would have been right there. So it would be right here, and I go 1, 2. So I'm going to put it there. And so this would be 0 and 24. Whoops, that doesn't look good. 0 and 24 hundredths, or 0.24. Okay. What about number 2? I have 3%. So it says remove the percent symbol, so the decimal would be right there again because it would have been right there, and move it 1, 2 places to the left. So I have an empty space here. So what do I fill the empty space with? Very good. I fill it with a 0. Okay. And then I'll put another 0 in front. So if there's no number to the left of the decimal point, put a 0 there. So 3% is the same as 0 and 3 hundredths. Okay. Let's do one more. Number 3, I have 107%. So I drop the percent sign, the decimal would have been right there, and I move it 1, 2 places. So 107% is the same as 1 and 7 hundredths, or 1.07. All right, so for number 4, that's what you guys are going to do. You're going to work that one out. So if you're watching this on YouTube, pause the video and work out number 4. If you are watching this in Edpuzzle, the video will pause now. All right, so we're back. Let's see, what do we get for number 4? Let me see here. I got 92.7%. So I drop the percent sign. The decimal's already there, so I move it 1, 2 places. I'll put it there. So I'm going to need a 0. So 92.7% is the same as 0 and 927 thousandths. All right. So that's writing percents as decimals. We can also write decimals as percents. So, and I'll focus on this part. Just move the decimal point 2 places to the right. Another way of thinking about this is move the decimal towards the percent sign 2 places. So you want to move it so it's closer. So you move it 2 places to the right. All right, so let's look at some examples of this. So here's number 5. Here's my decimal, 0 and 94 hundredths. So I just move the decimal 2 places to the right. 1, 2, so it'll go right there. So it'll be 94%. And we usually don't leave that decimal there. So that decimal is usually you don't see it when you just write down an integer. You could leave it there, but you don't need it. So you could just write it as 94%. Okay, let's look at another one. Let's look at number 6. So number 6 is 1.2. Again, I want to move this 2 places in the direction of where the percent sign is going to be. There's an open space. What should I put in that open space? Right, I should put a 0 there and then put the decimal. So this should be 120%. All right, so for number 7 and number 8, I want you guys to work those out. So if you're watching this on YouTube, pause the video, please, and work out those 2 problems. And if you're watching this in Edpuzzle, the video is going to pause now. All right, so we're back, and let's see what we get for number 7. I move the decimal 2 places in the direction of where the percent sign is going to go. So this becomes 31.6%. Did you get that one? I hope so. And let's look at number 8, 0.005. Again, move it 2 places, always just 2 places, in the direction of where the percent sign is going to go. So it should be 0.5%. So I hope you guys were able to get those right. And let's look at one more problem down here. I moved it, it was down here. Let's see, this problem says write 18 out of 100 as a percent, a fraction, and a decimal. All right, so we have 18 out of 100. Okay, so that's a fraction, but we always have to remember our fraction needs to be in simplest form. So we needed to divide by 2, divide by 2, and we end up with 9/50. All right, so there's the fraction. And then 18 out of 100, you remember from 6th grade, 18 out of 100, well, that's how you write a percent. Okay, that's how you write a percent. And then if I want to write 18 out of 100, I can just say it, 18 hundredths, I can write it as a decimal. Okay, so we've written this as a decimal, as a percent, and as a fraction. So hopefully that was helpful. This is a pretty fun chapter. I like chapter 6 and look forward to working with you on these problems. This is Mr. Odom. I'm out.